Hello! Under my foot is probably the top gaming PC for true connoisseurs of all the technology. This is a 2007 iMac that I bought for just $88. This is not a helicopter and not even a tank, this is a monoblock. If suddenly someone didn't know, monoblock means the system unit with the screen is in the same case. Well, once upon a time this computer was a very good tool for ruining the psyche, but now this old can is already 15 years old and it still copes with this task, and in many aspects it does it even better than when it was young. Someone as usual will wonder why I need it, besides of the fact that it's very aesthetically pleasing in my shed. I wonder what it is capable of now. In particular, I'm wondering how good is it nowadays, besides of being a great decor. One of the features, not deviations please note, it's not good to talk like that about non-traditional laptops, is its body positive weight. I didn't weigh it, but it feels like 10 kilograms, as logic tells me it just has white aluminum. The main advantage, in addition to the low price, is in my opinion the screen of this laptop. Yes, despite of the fact that the screen matrix is made of the old TN technology, the screen shows an excellent picture for its age. I will show you now. I connected to it as a second monitor my no less elderly veteran of labor in the battles for a place in the trash. But given the current realities, it will work hard for me for a long time. I think you can see with the naked eye which of two old cans shows a better picture. I remind you, I already said, or I didn't. In short, I don't remember because I'm as old as these monitors. They are the same age. The technology by which the matrix is made is also the same, but the picture, in my very objective opinion, shows better on Mac. And look at the viewing angles of them. Although I often look at the screen directly and not at an angle, I just show for those who basically buy a monitor for themselves in order to look at it from an angle. By the way, they have the same resolution, so-called 900p. It's almost 1080, but 900. And the difference in the quality of the picture with the same diagonal is almost imperceptible. Why do you need this information? Only you know. Okay, how about I show you how everything inside is arranged. For disassembling a Mac, it's already like a tradition to resort to non-standard tools. First you need to remove the bulletproof glass, which here is securely held on magnets. Then you need to remove RAM, which is hidden at the bottom of the computer under the aluminum grill. The memory is kept in the slots in a rather tricky way. Then I will show you exactly how. Here obviously two laptop bars of 2GB of DDR2 each. Next, to get to the innards, you need to remove the front aluminum cover, which is fixed with hex screws around the entire perimeter of the display. They were very tight. It seems that the one who assembled this elderly monoblock didn't want someone to get into it. And then you will understand why I made such a conclusion. Then, with a slight movement of both shaking hands, I remove the lid. It feels like I'm holding 2 kilograms in my hand. Well, actually we got to the insides of a laptop without a keyboard. There are so many wires here that you can't figure it out without a bottle of alcohol. Actually, this is how fixing memory in slots is implemented here. Whoever came up with this must be a genius. Crap, well, why am I so unlucky? Look at this disgrace. Whoever did this should be severely punished. One screw is missing and the second is completely stripped. You can't even imagine how mad I was. For half an hour after the previous crooked hands master, I tried to unscrew the screw with a larger caliber hexagon, but gritting my teeth I managed to unscrew it. On the right the hexagon that should be, and on the left the one with which I unscrewed the creeplet screw. Next I began to remove cables and wires. Oh no, I'm still disconnecting the display from the board in order to remove it. I just filmed the disassembly more than a month ago and forgot what I did and in what sequence. This display is the devil's toy. It's not difficult to remove it, but disconnecting and connecting all these wires, it is not easy task. Then I decided to make a nice move. The disk here is a full-fledged, PC-based one. I put on it an SSD armed with the Windows 10 and got nothing because Windows doesn't start here. I thought everything would be as easy as with Mac Mini from the last video. I think there is a way to run Windows 10 on this device, but I am too dumb for that, that's why sorry. Then I disconnect the main power cable from the board, then the SATA cable, and then all other wires, the names and purpose of which I honestly don't remember anymore. After all, I remind you that I filmed all this more than a month ago. The sound from the speakers is very good, you can watch movies on this device. After disconnecting all the wires, I unscrew the screws that hold the motherboard to the case. They are tight and there are quite a few of them here. Well, the board is removed and it looks like a laptop one. Well, almost it is. Then I decided to remove the AMD Tomahawk and remove the heatsink from the processor. Thermal paste, by the way, the master with hands from us recently changed it. The CPU here is removable, laptop's Core 2 Duo at 2.4 GHz. I will just put it back. Then I decided to see how things are going with the AMD GPU. It also has changed thermal paste and thermal pods. I will not disturb it either and assemble everything back. Someone will ask, what was the point to disassemble the laptop? But there is no point here. I took it apart purely for the sake of interest and to show how it looks inside and how it is disassembled. Then I assemble it and connect everything within human speed. At the end I put the memory in place and twist the plug. What it really lacks is USB ports. There are only 3 of them here. The power cable is not native, I took it from a regular PC. Yes, what's the difference? This is not native power supply, just a wire. Also iMac is trying to look like a normal PC while being a sub laptop. Due to the fact that there is a 3.5 format RGB like on ordinary PC, it seems that the computer is running faster than the same Mac Mini with a laptop hard drive. This is undoubtedly an advantage, but for someone a disadvantage because you can hear the head jumping around the disk quite often. This is not a PC that lives under the table and is almost inaudible. This problem can be solved by changing to SSD. Here are the specs. Everything here is classic. 2 cores, 4GB of RAM, a gaming GPU for 256MB. The monitor, as I already showed, is a 20-inch one, with a resolution of 1680 by 1050 Ti pixels. Freaking 328GB hard drive, DDR2 RAM at 667MHz. Here are its temperatures. Without load, the screen stably renders 60 frames, but once you turn on YouTube video, the frame rate drops to 30. By the way, like the previous mini box, this old American monocube handles only up to 30 FPS in Full HD resolution. So, what about games? This is how this computer digested the broadcast of the gameplay from GeForce Now servers. The broadcast resolution was automatically set to 720p. I didn't even try to run Full HD on such an old computer. As usual, the settings set almost everything to an absolute nightmare. That is to almost maximum. In general, with very great discomfort, this game can be played on this computer. I think that after an hour or two of such a gameplay, you can get used to the gameplay under such conditions, if there is a great desire. After all, not everything is limited to GFN alone. Here I installed Steam on Mac. By the way, I was very surprised because Mac supports quite a few games. I downloaded CS 1.6 and I can easily play it. The power of this GPU, and I remind you, powerful AMD is installed here. Yes, it's AMD because they bought all the shares of ATI 16 years ago, back in 2006, and the 2600 Pro GPU that is now in this computer went on sale 2007. It's quite enough for almost all games released before 2007. Although even in those days it was already considered suitable only for office. Well, I really like this laptop. In the 2 months that I have it, I've become so used to it that I don't really want to sell it. Because it shows a good picture, the sound is wonderful, and there is no need to talk about the price at all. There was a time when Apple was making great products, and they are making it until now, but too expensive of course. By the way, I already have another interesting Apple box for you, which even can compete with modern computers in terms of performance. and on which I intend to do a review in the near future. It remains for me to figure out how to install Elcaptain on it, which supports almost all the modern Mac software. Thank you for attention. Please write comments, subscribe to this channel, like this video, that is very important. Goodbye.